body movement, I would say, is one of the biggest things that helps us get back into our window. So even if you think of being at work all day long and just grinding through, like getting up to take walking breaks or doing jumping jacks, or I had you guys do this at the beginning, which was really silly, but it actually shifts our brain state. It actually brings us back into the present moment. So leveraging that, taking walks. There's something called bilateral stimulation, and I want to have you guys try this. If you're willing to hook your thumbs and put it on your chest. Yep, hook your thumbs, and then very slowly and intentionally go back and forth. And as you do this very slowly, it automatically brings calming to your body. It's similar to deep breathing where it brings down your physiology. There's something in the trauma field that we do. It's this technique called EMDR, but it's something that people are using bilateral stimulation, but it's helping shift their brain states from states where it's trapped into emotion to get shifted into logic and reason. So that bilateral stimulation, it's kind of similar to rapid eye movement when you're sleeping. It's shifting, it's helping process through information. It's actually why a lot of people love running. It's bilateral stimulation. So a lot of people go running to clear their head and process through things. It's things we do, we don't even know it's valuable in those ways in our mind or emotions. So that being said, this butterfly tapping is helpful, but not always useful in public situations, unless you're very don't care what other people think, which I think is great, so feel free to bust this out. But if you can't, or you're not at that level yet of self-confidence, then I do have one that is a little less obvious that I think is still helpful. So right now, if you all firmly plant your feet on the ground and are aware of your feet touching the ground, and then just very slowly, intentionally tap back and forth, it will have a similar effect. Instead of something like a restless leg that's way up here and hyper and it's not bringing any calming, this is something slow and intentional. And that's something you could easily do in a meeting, or you're at a desk or at a boardroom table and no one's going to even notice. So that's something. But leveraging physical movement, that's key, because I used to actually think I didn't value the physical movement as much, because all my training and background, my focus was on understanding thoughts and emotions, my own and other people's, and processing things, and I didn't realize, oh, a lot of that gets processed even just through physical movement. Even if you think of the stereotype of high school athletes or jocks, most of them aren't as anxious. Like, they're just not thinking about, they're just not as stressed out. And I know that's a stereotype, but just in general, why that's even a stereotype is because of how physically active they are. They're so engaged with their body that they're not flying up here. So we can take from that somewhat to be more connected to your body.